Hello, welcome back to my channel. It's been a bit of a while, and I wanted to do a little work on my blueberry. It's got some leaves going on. It still hasn't been outside yet because we haven't had the weather to do that. But I want to kind of look at the trunks that I have here and hopefully come up with which ones I'm keeping. And I may want to wire them just to get them to start to hold a shape. They're tending to flatten out this way a little too much, and I want them to come up a little more this way. So that's what I'm going to work on today. Let's see if I bring this in. Okay. Well, here you can see I still have my tag for Nabari, so I want to make sure I remember not to cut that branch. This one's just an extra. But if I turn and look at the interior here, I've got a couple pieces that I trimmed off the stumps of, and I want to take them down a little bit lower. So I'm hoping these really narrow angle pruners can do the job. That just flew around the room. I'm not sure where it went. And here's this one. Yeah, I do really like these. They can really get down in there. I don't think I could have gotten in there as neatly with my regular angle pruners. I think these are Ryoshi. Well, this little stump here I trimmed last time. I'm just kind of letting it die back a little more. And then I've got all these interiors here. I think I want to bring this one up a little more vertical and with some wire. And this one back here, if I decide to keep it, it's going to need some wire. If I keep this and this, or at least part of this, I'm not sure which ends of it are going to end up getting used, but this trunk, and then from this side, that'll be sacrificed. I want this trunk here, those three for sure, possibly this one, and then I have two toward the back, but I think I would leave at the moment to help feed this tree, but also to decide how much depth I want back here. This one here has 2 leaders. There's this one in the front and this one to this side. I think I want to keep this one to the front and make it kind of come up straighter. Like this. Maybe bring this one in a little more. Then I would have this over here. 1, 2, 3. Not sure if I want to bring this, keep this one back here. That's a question. And then this right here, minus this sacrificial branch, this one I was kind of keeping for a leader, like the front. This here could maybe be eliminated. Because then I can hide the scar to the back side on that one. So I think I will end up doing that. think I'm going to take this one off. Will that leave this lopsided though? No, I don't think so. I'll go ahead and take that one out. This one's for thickening. I'm going to wire this up. I may have to take a little more of this stump off to do a proper wiring job here. I think that one will come up like that. Alright, I'm going to wire this one first. It's thicker. I think I'm going to use this wire right here. It says it's 3mm wire. I'm going to take a measurement along this. I don't really need to go all the way up with it, I don't think. Yours? I haven't had many occasions to wire trunks. I'm not sure if they need anchoring into the soil or not. I'm not sure if I attach it to one of these others it's going to matter. Let me see if I can get it down on the ground a little bit. Oh, I don't want to risk pushing it through any roots I need. Let's see here. Maybe from the back. Oh yeah, there we go. I found a spot back here. Bring it in. Anchored enough to keep it from spinning. Oops, I'm losing leaves. There we go. I'm not going to have any worries about this wire not being firm enough, because it's definitely firm enough. Maybe a little too firm. That's okay. And here, let's see, I would actually prefer it to go up this one rather than this one. I think that's up high enough. And I kind of wanted to bend it. Yep, I like that. I don't, however, like this. It's kind of, well, you know what, we'll leave it for the moment because it doesn't matter if this particular branch is attached. Because all I'm really concerning about right now is giving any of these longer trunks that are going to stay some shape and bendiness now while I can still do that before they get too stiff. So I won't need that thick of wire. This is 3, the other one I had 3.5. This one was 2.5 mil. Be a little easier. I'm going to use that on this one back here. I'm going to try and do the same kind of anchoring. Give myself enough wire. Right, I am aiming for this guy right here. We're going to see if we can do anything with that. I'm not sure if I've got a good way to anchor. Right down in there. I just have to kind of reach it over and get its first little loop around the tree. I may not be anchoring these properly, but like I said, I've never had to do it before. You can kind of see from the back side. This is the first wire that I put on right here. And now I'm going to do this one. This super straight one. I may not end up liking this particular branch if it doesn't do something fun. I can always take it off. That's why I'm not removing an excess amount of these branches, because I don't know which ones I'm really going to want to keep. I've never done a clump bonsai before. I love how they look. But most of the things I have are just like a single trunk or a forest made of individual trees. This one's a lot easier to wire. I may have overgauged on this one. That's okay. Live and learn. I don't normally do a lot of wiring, so this is good practice for me. I was if the tree would stop spinning on this pedestal, but the turntable. Stops better. This one goes up plenty far enough. Now, sacrifice branch out of the way so I can see what I'm doing. Yeah, you're not going to hold. Hold like that. So I'd like to bring this one up. If I bring this one up, and then I shape this one here, I think they'll have some interesting trunk going on there. That one's going to need a really light wire, and I think this is all I'm going to need. I don't even know what gauge this is, but it's thick. It's plenty. Alright, come alongside right here. Possible? You got anything there? A hole? I may. I can anchor right there. I'm going to anchor around this little stump right in the front here, just because it's hard for me to get this thin wire to stay put down in the soil. And I'm going to come around and wrap this little branch, and it'll grow up and hopefully look good with these other branches. I have to remember to let this one grow. So it can thicken. I'm trying not to cover places that might have buds that could open as the rest of the season goes on, because these leaves are nothing. I'm sure there's going to be more. This tree was very, very vigorous before I moved it into a bonsai pot. Or into a training pot, I should say. There. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to see about moving these couple of branches that I just finished wiring. I've got this one kind of curving like this. I've got this one arcing out over here. We have this one arcing out. It's kind of a mirror of this one. So I kind of want what happens in between here to be this one kind of kinks out this way, then comes back up. I think I might want this one to kind of come out that way and then back up, and then just put some movement into this back one. So if I can get this. Go this way. And this way. And this way. This way. Maybe not as exaggerated as that. Let's see. So that's where I'm leaving off here with these branches, I think. Well, I may put a little more movement into this one. This is a sacrifice. I think that's a pretty nice start. Mind you, that's the basic structure, minus the sacrifice. So you see here, 1, 2, 3, 4. This I'm leaving off because this one behind it here is going to bring up the other interest that this side here would be missing. But I'm going to nip off a couple of these branches I definitely don't want, and then I'm leaving the backside choices for another day after I've spent some time looking at the ones I just set. But this here I know I'm not going to want. This little bit back here, I already know I'm not going to want any of that to be clogging up things back here. I'll move this rock. So close to the other one. So close to the one I want to keep. I don't want the one I want to keep to get scarred. That'll do. See what I've got left. sure whether I'm going to want that one. Yep, I think I'm going to leave it there. So there it is. As good as it's going to get for the moment. I picked some branches. That's a major thing for me, making decisions, especially about what to cut off. So I'm going to leave this as it is. And I'll have another update in the future.